Picture this. You're in your house, in your bed, sleeping, dreaming, when all of a sudden you hear a creak and you shoot out of bed. You look to the left. You look to the right. You look straight ahead and you lock eyes. You see 2 eyes in the slats of the blinds on your window. Someone looking, peering at you. That's basically what it's like being on the internet all the time. People watching you, people wanting to watch you. Stalkers have been around forever, and they have gotten quite a few more tools on their tool belt, dare I say, since the internet has become real easy to use. And being anonymous is just so awesome. All those things are cool. I love the internet. You know, it's part of the game. I totally get it. But I've got a platform and protections and followers and all this stuff and insurance and debt. And I can ask for help. So if I get stalked, it's fine. It always ends up to be something that can be dealt with. But some people get stalked and harassed and get their identity stolen, and there's nothing that they can do because the platforms that are being used, they don't really give a f about the average users of the platforms. They only care about influencers or people with, I don't know, clout. You know what I'm saying. If you have less than 10,000 followers, then get stalked. Isn't that right, Frankie? That's pretty much what Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, and YouTube all have said to one of the topics of today's show. Welcome back to the Oompaville channel, my friends. Yeah! And look, Gump Club plug. Go to gump.club to watch uncensored videos with behind-the-scenes footage of me and Frankie. In late 2021, Canadian singer-songwriter Connor Ferguson noticed something unsettling. Someone was using their photos and likeness across multiple social media platforms. They were using pictures of them, claiming to be a successful musician, producer, and artist with famous connections to people all over the place. You know, like Brad Pitt and the alien from South America that I have in this little coffin. Not really. That's not actually true. Frankie, you've never seen this, have you? Or have you? No. It wasn't long before this fake Connor Ferguson had amassed a following larger than the real Connor Ferguson, which that is another level of dubious that I have had yet to see on the internet. Someone stealing your identity and then becoming famous with you. All of this Connor has been documenting publicly for years and using forums like r/internet mystery to help try to get the word out on this situation. It is the most unbelievable, insane thing that I have stumbled upon in quite a while. So you might say, what's so bad about Uriel just pretending to be Connor? He wasn't just pretending. He appropriated Connor's real early music recordings as his own. He manipulated them and redistributed them as his own work. Uriel Bromberg is a talented artist, singer, songwriter, and game developer who loves to make art. His production, many of which are based on his personal experience. Frankie, we've got ourselves a psychopath. So who is this guy, Uriel Bromberg? He appears to be a Brazilian man. We're not totally sure of his name. He has a digital footprint that's been traced back to around 2017, initially posting in forums for custom content creation for video games and sharing graphic art. And somewhere along the way in his journey of being on the internet, he decided to just steal people's shit and become famous with it and grow a following. How? I don't know. I can't even do that with my own skill and face. So we've got Connor, we've got Uriel, all right? There are more people that Uriel is obsessed with, not just Connor. Have you ever seen Young Sheldon or The Big Bang Theory?
I'm not going to be assaulted. High school is a haven for higher learning.
Oh, dear God.
People used to say that I was like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, and I don't think they realized how disparaging that was to me and how bad that made me feel as a young, growing boy. Anyway, that's beside the point. Uriel loves Ian Armitage, the actor who plays Young Sheldon in the show. Young Sheldon! I think that's what it's called. I don't exactly know.
What are you eating?
An English muffin with ketchup and spray cheese.
Uriel digitally stalked the young star, Ian Armitage, for years. Obviously, out of all of this, the most troubling constant is the stalking digitally, just harassing people. But doing so to a young child star is Daniel Larson levels of insanity. Bromberg even created an Ian Armitage-centered YouTube channel that amassed 260,000 subscribers by reposting short-form videos of Ian from his socials and just videos of him in general to YouTube Shorts. For all the mouth breathers out there. I love Young Sheldon. Oh, It's my favorite show. Bromberg's In Armitage fan channel was designed to appear connected to Armitage himself. It is impossible not to admit that. And this could potentially mislead the actor's young fans because he's a child. He's got a lot of child fans. At some point, Ian Armitage or his representatives became aware of this and he had to tweet saying, "My only YouTube channel is Ian Loves Theater. Thank you, young Sheldon, for setting the record straight. I really appreciate that." Bromberg would also claim in different posts that he was either the cousin of Ian Armitage or that Ian Armitage was his son. That's so weird. For a while, there were also posts that were discoverable on the Young Sheldon subreddit made by Bromberg, according to Connor, of him expressing desires for the underage actor. And you can see the person who posted it linking themselves back to Uriel Bromberg, by the way, in other comments, so this is 100% them. And then these people are like, what the f wrong with this guy? So there's evidence that this is Uriel and evidence that this is weird, even though the post was removed. And if you went on his profile at the time as well, he had a massive weird foot fetish. He loves feet. He's on Foot Finder. Uriel Bromberg, Foot Finder. Now, I don't like stalkers, but Uriel Bromberg does have some pretty good feet. Uriel also doubled down on his weirdness and released music that has to do with Ian Armitage, which is just so odd. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't even know what that means, but it happens to me whenever I think about this. A song titled Ian on TV was released April 22nd, 2022 on Bandcamp, and another track called Jimmy was released, and according to Connor, it contained disturbing references to the child actor. So we're establishing a fairly strange, I would say, pattern of behavior here. It's clear to see, this guy's crazy. Now what happens when you talk about it? When you say, hey man, quit being a freakazoid, you weird just stop. All you have to do is just stop. Well, Cult Coffin didn't say exactly what I just said, but that creator made a video documenting Uriel Bromberg's freakazoid shit that was later taken down after harassment from Bromberg. Another creator named Jessica also made a video that Bromberg actually had removed, and she apparently still receives hate from Bromberg or forms of harassment from that as well. It's a really interesting strategy. Whenever someone says anything about you, you somehow reach out to YouTube or reach out to Instagram or reach out to Twitter and say, I don't know exactly what you say to get, I can't get people's shit taken down. There's 2 videos that I've tried to get taken down because they're just total re-uploads of my own videos. Couldn't even do it. And then this guy can harass people and get people's commentary videos pointing out his insanity taken down with 0 repercussions because the YouTube support system, the Instagram support system is even worse than YouTube, and the Twitter support system is non-existent unless you ask Grok, Grok, help! It sucks that people can abuse these systems without facing any sort of consequences. I expect to be harassed. I expect some kind of privacy complaint or something in regard to this video. Even though Uriel Bromberg is not the real name of the guy, his name's Bobby Dark Chocolate. I don't know what his name is. It's probably Marshall or John or Bill or some random white guy name. I don't know. Wait, he's Brazilian. I forgot about that part. I totally forgot about that part. Frankie, your daddy's a dumbass. At this segment of the video, let's ask the Holy Relic what he thinks. Excuse me, Holy Relic, what do you think someone like Uriel Bromberg would do to someone like Connor Ferguson or me or anyone trying to stand up to him and may potentially become a target of harassment?
Mass reporting campaigns, content removal, abuse of copyright system, evade moderation.
What the hell? That guy just spit some knowledge and flew away. Did you see that shit? Uriel is very good at weaponizing platform reporting systems against critics. It's been shown by many people. Another creator by the name of CC Suarez also covered this, but didn't have their videos taken down yet. They're not gonna be taken down. I actually called her and talked to her about the situation a little bit and learned some pretty interesting stuff.
Who's this? Just kidding. It's Chelsea Suarez. She's been harassed by the Fiend, the subject of today's video. Crazy guy. It's wild how people can just harass you and get away with it for a really long period of time, allegedly. I'll just keep it really brief and short and try to take up as little of your time as possible. So Uriel, right? What is the, can you give me just like a really basic sort of story, how you heard about this guy, or you made a video about it, or where'd you find out about it first? Just, a sort of a one step.
Yeah, so for my videos, because I do social commentary too, and I was on, I believe it was on the YouTube drama subreddit, and, just perusing for topics, as one does, and I came across Connor's story on there, and I was like, what is happening here? And I think it was the Young Sheldon tie-in that I was like, excuse me? So I read through all that and then really just fell down the rabbit hole, and I was like, okay, I need to make a video about this. And one thing that made me really want to make a video about it is that it seemed like the other two people who had previously made videos about it, their videos were taken down, and I personally hate that. Whenever people try to silence commentary channels or scare them into, not speaking, I can't stand that. So I can't shut up. So I need to, take one for the team. And I have, people try to get my videos taken down constantly. I'm sure that happens to you maybe too. But I haven't had any taken down, thank God. But he obviously tried multiple times. Is still trying to this day. So.
What else is he doing? Is he, because he's pretty wild with Connor, the level at which he's willing to go to try to mess with him. What's the worst thing that he's done to you? Just try to take your videos down and fail, fortunately?
Yeah, so that, and then also he's tried to have he's mass reported all of my accounts, and obviously I'm assuming it's him. There isn't anyone else right now that I've made content about that would have done that. And then receiving a lot of phishing emails that kind of match his vernacular and his cadence, so to speak, and calling my husband's employer and emailing them and stuff like that.
That's weird, yeah.
Hilarious. And it's just so funny because it's my husband is a master deputy. He's been with them for 12 years. What the are you doing? So yeah, and obviously most of the stuff he says is pretty belligerent. Y'all should definitely, put on some mood lighting, turn on his music on Spotify, maybe do some acid first. But yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, he's crazy. He's threatened me a lot. He's threatened to sue me to have my entire channel taken down, to sue YouTube. And then the latest thing was that he, because he couldn't get my videos taken down for copyright or for privacy or anything like that. And so then he took the audio of my 2 videos and then uploaded them to a random Spotify podcast that he has. And this was a month after I had posted my videos. And then he tried to say, okay, YouTube, now this is how it's copyright because this is actually my content that she stole. Which is you're trying to frame me for copyright infringement when you posted it a month after, and then even in the audio, it's just my audio ripped. Yeah. And it even has my Ground News ad read in it, and it even says I'm Chelsea, I'm a lady with a camera, a bulldog, and too many opinions, and yet he's trying to say that that's his. I haven't gotten that taken down yet, but it's also just I don't care enough to do that. Yeah. But yeah, he's pretty psychotic. I think he now realizes that, well, probably not because he's delusional, but he really just does keep going after Connor. And Connor can't even change a profile picture. And him having verified accounts is sketchy as well, because obviously you need your ID to have that. So it's how is he doing that? So, yeah.
What do you think the most help that I could be in regard to all this stuff? Because I obviously want to help Connor as much as possible, and I feel like a lot of people. Well, there's a couple of bigger YouTubers. Who's the biggest content creator with the most platform influence, whatever you want to call it, who has covered this so far? Why hasn't it been bigger? I feel like it's just such
an asshole, but I think it's me.
Yeah, that's not asshole. That's just being honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's me.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I hit 175,000 yesterday, but yeah, it's wild that it hasn't been talked about.
I know.
I think that's when I found it, I was like, there's so many weird like side quests of it, like the fraud he's committed, the on multiple accounts. I mean, like I'm sure Connor sent you everything, but like all the Spotify shit he does, and the like not fake businesses, and claiming that he's like associated with Virgin and News and Universal, and like all these other things, and then the royalties thing where he's like taking money from the young Sheldon actor. Like it's
that's insane.
Yeah, I don't understand that, and then how he continues to get away with all of this. Like his channel just got verified on YouTube, and I'm like, how? I'm not even verified on YouTube. Like, what the hell? I don't. That makes no sense. I don't know why people haven't covered it at all.
I mean, ideally the domino falls and then a bunch of commentary YouTubers do it, and then he just has too many enemies and it's not possible for him to keep up. That's the best one.
Because that's what he definitely like spirals a good bit and like disappears for a little bit after he loses, so to speak. Like he didn't get my videos taken down for a bit, and then like I didn't hear from him, and then neither did Connor. And so a lot of people were saying like, oh, well, he's probably like his ego's hurt, or like that's usually what he does, is he'll like retreat and he'll like rebrand, or
interesting,
kind of like wipe his digital footprint. And then like that's what happened the first time he got called out by Connor. And then after Jessica, or however you want to pronounce her username, and she's really nice, you should talk to her, but he had her videos taken down, and she even said, she was like, I don't want to talk about it now, because, and like on her channel again, because, and her video was great, but she's like, I don't want to lose my channel. And
of course.
That could happen, unfortunately, because he was successful with getting her stuff taken down.
Okay.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can do something about it, though. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Chelsea. I really appreciate it. And if there's anything you can think of, just DM me on Instagram.
I will. Thanks.
Cool.
You have a good day.
Yep, you too. Thank you so much.
Bye.
I don't know why I did that. No, that was awesome. She seems really nice. Yeah. So, that was cool. Good. All right. I'm kind of excited because I don't want this guy to like with my like friends and family and stuff, because I have like employees. That's why I've been so hesitant. I don't want him to like fish my grandmother, because she's already a victim to that, or as it is. I don't know. I don't want to create more targets. Hopefully we can just be like, hey, dude, just stop, you weirdo. Just quit it. Or else, there's nowhere else. You'll just get banned from the platforms because you can't abuse the copyright system, so. Anyways.
All the people who have covered this all seem like good people, and they don't deserve their videos to be taken down. It's just their platforms aren't quite to the level where YouTube gives a and it takes way too long to get to that point. And there's even examples of some creators with large platforms that have just straight up been ignored as well, which is really unfortunate. But I think we're gonna be able to solve this problem. I think that this is gonna be a good, hopefully positive turn for all of this. Everybody hates copyright abusers. How about we copy strike him? How about we just do the exact same shit he's been doing to everybody else, to him? Why can't we do that? Oh, because it's against TOS? Why the f did he do it? I'm gonna turn red and pop. This is the most rampant case of platform abuse, moderation abuse I have ever seen on YouTube, Reddit, whatever the f. It is unbelievable that this hasn't been covered by more large YouTubers, and it is unbelievable that it has gone this far. Somehow, this guy has even been able to get Reddit posts about him removed for privacy violations. He enacted privacy violation monitor. Who is this guy? Why does he have connections to the world? It also gets worse. He's even able to do more stuff. What the f? If we skip forward to the beginning of 2024, Connor has his entire TikTok series trying to talk about this taken down. This dude somehow has Connor by the balls, and it makes no sense as to why the f that's possible. So yeah, man, it really just grinds my gears. Let's make fun of Uriel for about 5 minutes, okay? Not only is he an expert at harassment and deception in general, he's an expert at musical deception. Not only did he appropriate Connor Ferguson's early songs, in 2023, he released a song titled LARP featuring Gorillaz, which is like a real band. Obviously, this was created without their knowledge or their permission. And it sounded just like this. Like country, it's kind of a weird vibe for him. It's interesting. I don't mind it though. I like the lap steel.
I wish I had my foreskin back. God, please return it.
Okay, that's interesting. It was kind of a bit of a out of left field. I didn't expect that, but this is an internet mystery, the likes of which we've never seen before, and it deserves to be talked about and understood and seen. Because it's crazy. The whole Ian Armitage thing is the most mind-boggling piece. It goes as far as Uriel Bromberg even photoshopping a picture of himself. Sorry, not himself, but Connor Ferguson, who is Uriel Bromberg, with Ian Armitage, and then uploading that to Wikimedia Commons. Why? Why would you do that? This is just so creepy, dude. I just can't believe that this is real. And the fact that Uriel was pretending to be Connor and posting on some fan pages, to Brazilian accounts, becoming friends with these people, then the real Connor finds out about this, and the Brazilian people who are talking to fake Connor, aka Uriel, find out that he's not actually Connor, and then they tell the real Connor that they had been catfished so much so that they had developed relationships with the guy. I mean, it's just it's a really unique thing is what's going on here. And then this. Hi, Connor. I will get rid of this. Can you help me? I was just planning to make a happy ending and then quitting for good. You know, impersonating you, stealing your likeness. I got a song coming up called Reputation, and it's coming up next. Of course, you'll have all the money because I've never spent. Voice note. Hello, Connor. Just making sure you've seen my message. Another voice note. Hey, Connor, have you seen latest episode of Black Mirror? It's not a very good Brazilian accent, Portuguese accent, whatever. But I respect your decision you make, and just let me know. Take your time. Absolutely not. You've been harassing and stalking me for years. Harassing? No, I never did anything against you. But you gotta have the money. That is fair. What a weirdo. How strange and bizarre and funny and f***ed up this is. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Read this. Just pause the screen and read this. This is unbelievable! I'll read it too. Basically, he's comparing himself to the real Connor Ferguson and saying, Uriel, he wasn't like that. He was kind, talented, and iconic. He sounds like Seinfeld now. I don't want to play the victim here, but I have lupus. And I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I was just having fun for the little rest of my life. Of course, he's gonna die soon. Shit. Sorry, Connor. I'm gonna have to spin this one around back on you, brother. This guy's got lupus. He's the victim. You don't need to expose like, oh, he's fake, I'm the real one. Because people still love me and you. Not because of our physical, but my iconic personality that I've built just for you. I just can't imagine being tormented in this way. It's so weird.
Therefore, I was you, and I don't want to be you anymore. I once enjoyed, but it kept me employed. I took it too far. I wish I was born health. I wish I could dance. Well, at least you're popular now, and that's what I actually wanted. I might eat shit and kill myself.
Shut up. So he admits guilt and then just keeps on using the photos though. Yeah, I don't understand this at all, dude. The dude is a lunatic. By the way, that was back in 2023. He actually went to war with Uriel in 2024. Man, I thought you had lupus. I thought you were gonna die. This whole thing, so confusing, so bizarre, so all over the place. There's lighthearted parts, there's f***ed up parts. It's a really interesting thing, and I genuinely hope something good can come out of me making a video on it. I really wanted to do something good, hopefully. I really hope that this isn't just bad. All right, I genuinely, I'll remove my video immediately if something bad happens, I promise. So if this video goes down, that's why. I don't want anything bad to happen, and I'm directly talking to Connor, and he wants me to make the video, so it's cool. It's totally cool above board.
My name is Connor Douglas Ferguson. I'm a Canadian musician and songwriter, and I am the victim of Uriel Bromberg. For years now, both behind the scenes and publicly, I have been fighting for the right to literally just exist online. This is after I discovered that this person who had been sending me strange messages for years had essentially stolen my identity and fooled thousands of people into believing he was me. Since this initial discovery, it has been a war of attempting to stop this person from silencing me through any means they can. If you added up every single email, report, counterclaim, or attempt at contacting someone with the power to do something, it would easily be over 500, probably more. He has manipulated the reporting systems of every single major social media platform. At this very moment, I'm banned from X for probably the 10th or so time because of deceptive identity reports. despite the fact that I show them my real ID every time and eventually get the account back. I haven't been able to and still can't post anything to my Instagram without him filing some sort of unappealable copyright takedown. And this is despite paying monthly for their Meta verified service to confirm that I am who I say I am with my passport. Their support systems basically gaslight me and act like nothing is happening. I just got my TikTok account back after about 6 months of it being banned. And frankly, that was only because I had a friend of a friend who was an employee and he helped out. He got my real music removed from Spotify temporarily through false copyright claims, which again was only resolved because I was able to pull some strings. He is openly manipulating all these platforms, even though I've had direct contact with many of them to inform them of what he's doing. If you go look up the folk singer Bonnie Dobson on Spotify right now and look at the canvas on her profile, you'll see that he's gained access to her Spotify for Artists page and is using it to promote his own work. It's the same thing he's done with major artists like Sophie and Gorillaz. He steals and defrauds artists of all backgrounds and notoriety. He has attempted to steal songwriting royalties from musicians I know, and the royalty companies have now confirmed this to me firsthand, but they are essentially uninterested in trying to take the issue any further. I've hired lawyers to defend me this year who sent official letters to Spotify and to the songwriting royalty companies and to the social media platforms in an attempt to explain the situation, but all of these have been largely ignored. The same lawyer sent him a cease and desist to try and stop his targeted abuse of me, but he has continued to violate it and do everything he's been doing for years. I think there are many reasons why I became a fixation for this person in the first place. And I think that it has to do both with my own pursuits of being a musician, as well as being an openly gay man and expressing my sexuality with pride. Along the way, I have been accused of this being some giant plot for self-promotion, when in reality, I've just been fighting tooth and nail to even be able to be online and promote what I do. This person has weaponized my identity and my sexuality against me in order to try and silence me, which is hilarious to me when this entire situation stems from them initially professing love and obsession with me anonymously. When I rejected those advances, the abuse began. There's a significant portion of the world's population who would probably say that by virtue of identifying as LGBTQ+, that you are inherently a danger to children just by virtue of that alone. What's ironic to me about that idea is that I am a proud adult gay man who has been targeted by someone who I think undeniably should be looked into for being a danger to children, and frankly, a danger to society as a whole. And all my pleas have been ignored by every single institution with the power to do something to stop him. Jessica, a trans woman and a creator who regularly exposes many online predators, has received by far the most vitriolic and transphobic harassment from this individual as a consequence of speaking up about him. What I hope anyone who hears my story takes away from it is that if you have understandable concerns about the safety of children online, do not direct this ire to the entire LGBTQ+ community. You should instead direct it to these social media platforms and institutions that I can firsthand attest do next to nothing about dangerous and abusive individuals on their platforms, as this person has been getting away with this and continues to get away with it for years. Thank you.
I can't imagine wanting to create things online and wanting to, grow a platform, make music, and share this fun thing that you can share with a bunch of people, and then eventually potentially make it your job, and that just be completely smothered by a lunatic, a crazy lunatic in Brazil. Just some guy with a foot fetish who loves Ian Armitage, the child actor. I just can't imagine that. So go support Connor, go support CC Suarez, all the other YouTubers who have been impacted by this freak, and anybody else. He's been doing this for a really long time. Comment down below your guys' thoughts on this entire situation. Most of the evidence comes firsthand from Connor, and obviously the posting history of people referring to themselves as Uriel Bromberg. So we can see like Reddit posts and all sorts of shit, YouTube, Spotify, it's everywhere. It seems not real or not possible, or like it's all made up and none of it's real. Maybe I'm getting catfished, but I have no fucking idea. It's very confusing. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, press the like button down below. I'll see you in the next one.